explain what this project is all about. So I usually don't need to read when I talk to people, but anyway, this is, first of all, welcome to our evening of what we call the RADA Play Projects. This is the Department of Drama's capstone course, the senior seminar. I'd like to give you a bit of background. So, wanting to do something different this year than we have the last couple of years where we've done devised theater, I happened to have a conversation with one of our great alums, Allie Stoner, in New York City over dinner. And by the way, Allie has just been accepted and admitted to the MFA program at ART, American Repertory Theater at Harvard, which begins on July the 7th. So, go Allie. While she was a student with us, she spent one semester in London at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, also known as RADA. And over our dinner, she asked me what was I thinking of doing this year in senior sem. And I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. At which point she told me about this exercise that they had done at RADA with her acting company. And this is what she wrote to me, and this is why I'm reading this. Quote, during my time at RADA, each student in my program took part in 3 productions. The first 2 were what we call play projects, or what you're asking me about, the last of the fully produced, and the last one was a fully produced production of Hamlet. For the play projects, we split the groups into about 8 people and began to work with pre-cut versions of a Shakespeare play. Using this as a starting point, we tweaked and further cut an already shortened version of the Shakespeare into a 25-minute production that included both classical and modern text. Almost every scene, occasionally every other scene, started with a bit of classical text, just enough to set the tone, and then somehow molded or faded into a scene from a contemporary film, or a play, or an interview, or poetry, or anything, unquote. So, I presented this idea to our 13 fourth-year graduating student majors, and they became quite excited about the project, about doing this project. I found 6 pre-cut 60-minute versions of Shakespeare plays, and of these they chose 2, the Scottish play and Twelfth Night. It was determined that everyone would act in both of these plays, even if they didn't consider themselves actors or had ever acted before. And that they would all be responsible for reshaping the text, finding the modern references to add while replacing some of the Shakespeare, and come up with 2 30 to 35-minute plays that still stuck to the initial story as conceived by the bard. About 2/3 of the semester was spent developing the 2 plays you're about to see, and 1/3 was devoted to staging them. Adam Santaya and Ian Wendell became the co-directors of the Scottish play, and Anne Donnelly and Lauren Tappan became the co-directors of Twelfth Night. Everyone also helped with costumes and props. Laura created the lights, and Adam and Anne and the sound for the 2 shows. Tim Lewis and Ray Stuber joined us last week as production assistants. So, without further ado, we present you the first the Scottish play, and after that there will be a 15-minute intermission, and then that will be followed by Twelfth Night. I have to say that this was one of the hardest classes I have ever taught, because I was asked to keep my mouth shut, and I tried to adhere to that most of the time. 99.9% of what you're going to see is the creation of these 13 collaborators who have spent their 4 years as drama majors but have never worked together as a single artistic unit before. Thank you for coming to our show.
then shall we three meet again, and thunder lightning roar. When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
That will be ere the set of sun.
Upon the heath,
There to meet with Macbeth.
fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air.
The enemy drove our left near Dabney's house, back well toward the Boydtown Plank Road.
The following dispatch from the general received tonight shows that the desperate struggle between our forces and the enemy continues in our advantage.
Our troops turned and drove the enemy in turn and took the White Oak Road, which we have now. There have been 4 flags captured today.
They've broken through the enemy's entrenched lines, taking some guns, forts, and prisoners.
We are now closing around the works of the line. All looks remarkably well. The
Victory fell on us!
All is well and quiet with us just now. No more shall that Thane of Cawdor deceive our bosom interest. Go, and with his former title greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done. A drum. Macbeth doth come.
War never changes. Since the dawn of humankind, when our ancestors first discovered the killing power of rock and bone, blood has been spilled in the name of everything. From God to justice to simple psychotic rage.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
Why are these so withered and so wild in their attire?
Speak, if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Lion. The younger lion shall overthrow the older one.
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
In the field of combat, in a single battle. All hail Macbeth, thou shalt be king hereafter.
We will pierce his eyes through a golden cage.
We can look into the seeds of time and tell me which grain will grow, which will not. Speak then to me.
Lesser than Macbeth, and greater.
There shall come forth from a shoot from the stump of Jesse, and a branch from his root shall bear fruit. Not so happy yet, much happier. I will make you very fruitful. Thou shalt get kings, though thou art not. I will make nations of you, and kings will come of you. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo! Banquo and Macbeth, all hail!
Stay! You imperfect speakers, tell me more. By Sinel's death I know him Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives. To be king stands not within the prospect of belief. Speak, I charge you. Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king. Who's here?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, and for an earnest of a greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor.
Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
How could the devil speak so true?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Glamis and Thane of Cawdor.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. Let us toward the king.
When I burned to question further, they vanished. Then came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters also saluted me along with hail, king that shalt be. All this have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner, that thou mightst not be ignorant of what greatness is taught. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shall be what thou art promised. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round.
What is your tidings? The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits, attend on mortal thoughts. Unsex me here. Fill me from the ground to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers. Wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold!
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he proposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. While Duncan is asleep, his 2 chamberlains will I with wine and wassail so confence that memory, the water of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbic only. When in swinish sleep their drunken natures lie as in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers who shall bear the guilt of our great quell, for we shall make our grief and clamor roar upon his death.
See our honored hostess.
All our service twice done, and then done devil were poor and single business, to contend against those honors deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads a whorehouse.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to my host. We love him highly and will continue our graces towards him.
Let the butchery begin. We'll have a lot of nights like this, making plans, very little sleep.
No Duncan. Didst thou hear a noise?
I heard the owl swing and the crickets cry.
Who lies in the second chamber?
It's all vain.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say sorry, son.
Just one did cry murder in his sleep, and one cried, God bless us. One cried, Amen, and the other, God bless us. Listening to their fear, I could not say Amen. What
Wash
they did say,
this.
God bless us.
Wash this filthy witness from your hands. Why did you take the dagger from the place? It must lie there. Go, carry it, and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I have done, but once again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose! Give me the dagger. Oh, if he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
What hands are these? They pluck out mine eyes. Will all Neptune's great oceans wash this blood clean from my hands? No, this, my hand, will rather the multitudinous seas in Carnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but a shame to wear a heart so white. A little water clears us of this deed. How easiest then?
Conceive nor name thee.
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of this house? Speak! Speak!
Our royal master's murdered.
By whom? Those of the chambers as the king have done it. Their hands and faces were all badged with blood. So were their daggers.
Yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
What does that miss?
Your royal father's murder.
A madman has put an end to his life, for I can only call him mad that did it. And yet, there has been enough of poison spread in this country in the past years and months. The first thing to remember, wish, that none of us dare misbehave because we're angry. We must behave like strong and determined people, ready to face the perils that surround us. We must, in strength and in unity, face all the troubles and difficulties, and conflicts must be put to an end in the face of this great disaster. The great disaster is a symbol to us to think of the big things in life and put away the little things of which we have thought too much.
Why do we hold our tongues that most might consider this argument our own?
What should be spoken here? Where our faith, in an auger hole, may rush and seize us. Let's away. Our tears are not yet proved.
Let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand. Against undivulged pretense I fight with treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So all.
Where will you go? How to England?
To Ireland our separated fortune shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there is beggars in man's mind.
It's all very perturbing.
What else should there be? Anyhow, thank goodness, grief never lasts forever. Is any one of us here capable of mourning a loss less than a year on end? Not I.
It's not possible.
Life would be intolerable if one could.
Take my case, for example. I lost my wife last year. I shed many tears and then I forgot. Sometimes I feel a pang of grief, but happily it doesn't amount to much.
Yes, nature's a great healer.
Let's preserve appearances. The Roman Empire? That's us. If we lose form, the empire goes mad. This is not the moment, oh no. And in order to begin, let's eat lunch. The empire will sustain itself better.
That's right. It's wrong to let go of the prize for the shadow.
I didn't like it, but everything was going too well.
This emperor is perfect. He's as one ought to be, scrupulous and inexperienced.
You're guessing. Mark my words, misfortune is like marriage. You think you're doing the selecting and then you're chosen. Our Caligula is unhappy, but perhaps he doesn't even know why. He's had to feel cornered and he's had to run. We all would have done the same from that spot. Listen to me. If I had to choose my own father, I would have never been born.
Our fears and bankwoes stick deep. He chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me. They named him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, thence to be wrenched with unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. For them, the gracious Duncan, have I murdered to make them kings, the seed of Banquo kings. Have you considered my speeches? You both know he was your enemy.
True,
my lord.
So is he mine.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight to find out heaven must find it out tonight.
Was eyeball, and I'm thinking of somebody else.
Who we got shot in the eyeball in The Godfather?
Yeah, I'm talking about in real life.
Oh.
Somebody in real life got shot through the eyeball.
Who's that?
Well, no, Larry, many people in real life got shot through the eyeball. I'm just saying that Dillinger was one of them.
It's a pretty good aim.
No, that ain't really good aim.
Fuck, is that not really good aim?
That's 100 fucking cops shooting 1,000 bullets per minute. One of them's bound to go through someone's fucking eyeball. Have you ever shot him through the eyeball?
Stabbed a guy once in the ear. I stabbed him right in his fucking ear.
Open up! What the fuck you doing in there?
Fuck you doing? Supposed to be there half an hour ago.
Hey,
You got coffee?
hold on.
Ready? I'm late.
What time is it?
It's 11:30. It's supposed to be there at 9.
I'll be ready in a minute.
You're always fucking late. Late your own fucking food.
You're always making a fucking mess.
If, as I believe, his spirit looks upon us now, nothing would displease him so much as to see that we have engaged in any violence or petty behavior. Friends, our beloved is gone. I do not know what to say. The light has gone out. There's dark. There's darkness everywhere. Our beloved is no more. Perhaps I am wrong to say that. Nevertheless, we will not run to him for solace or seek his advice as we have these many years. And that is a terrible blow. Not to me only, but to the millions and millions in this country, and it's a little difficult to soften it by any advice that I or anyone else can give you. The light has gone out. Don't tell me, let me guess, I made a disgusting spectacle out of myself. Is that what you want to say?
Apparently I don't have to. You're saying it for me.
You're wrong.
Why am I wrong?
This is insane. You know what the definition of insanity is?
No, do you?
Yes, it's the inability to relate to another person. It's the inability to love. Darling.
The inability to love. Oh, you really are a wonderful talker. If black could be made into white by talking, you'd be the man for the job. So now I'm crazy because I don't love you, right? Is that the point?
No, you're not crazy and you do love me. That's the point, darling.
But I don't. I hate you. You're just some boy who made me laugh at a party one time, and now I loathe the very sight of you. In fact, if you come any closer to me, if you try to touch me or anything, I think I'll scream.
Come on, stop this.
Fuck you! Fuck you and all your hateful, snotty little goddamn! What are you gonna do now? Are you gonna hit me? To show me how much you love me?
Don't worry. You're not worth the effort it would take to hit you. You're not worth the power it would take to blow you up. You're an empty, empty, hollow shell of a woman. What the hell are you doing in my house if you hate me so much? Why the hell are you married to me?
not know his rest but reads.
By the creeping of my tongue, something wicked this way comes.
How now, you secret black and midnight hags?
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth. Beware Macduff. Beware the Thane of Fife. Dismiss me. Enough.
If fate must bring thee to this mess, praise God thou art in the house of high report and loved for long ago.
Macbeth, 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 be bloody, bold, resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for not a woman more shall harm Macbeth.
Seeing the gods, why chafe had time, they have placed thee here to share within these walls.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth. Be lionel, be proud, and take no care what shapes you frets and where conspirers are. Macbeth will never vanquish me until great burning wood to high guns and hills shall come against him.
Therefore come thou down and be not over proud. The gods are kind. A fault soon remedied is soon forgiven. Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come my shadows, so depart!
Filthy hags! Why you show me this? Where are they gone? Come in without there. I did hear the galloping of a horse came by. Who was it?
2 or 3, my lord, come to bring you word. Macduff has fled to England.
Fled to England.
I'm with it, lord.
Seize upon Fife, and give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line.
And who made war? It pounds like a stone against the wall, like thunder, with blood, like a dying mountain. This is a world I didn't make. You didn't make it. They made it. Out, damn spot! Out, I say! What will these hands ne'er be clean? There's knocking at the gate. Come. What's done cannot be undone. To bed. To bed. To bed.
Should have died hereafter, there would have been time for such a word. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury signifying nothing. Bring me no more reports. Till Burnham would remove to Dunsinane, I need not think with fear. Give me my armor, our castle's strength will laugh the siege to scorn. Here let them lie till famine and the agony eat them up. What's that noise?
Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babes savagely slaughtered. Wife, children, servants, all that can be found.
Whose?
I do not know. Adam's first son? Someone was praying here at the grave.
Who?
I do not know.
Well, who would pray to Cain?
Perhaps they were praying for him. The legend holds he founded this city.
Well, it makes a certain kind of sense.
He was years older than 1,000 years when he first arrived. His heart was so worn out with regretting. After centuries of remorse, it must have been. It was a great mistake burying him here. Unlucky man, unlucky city.
Yes.
Lucky to lead an unlucky city.
Yes.
I've seen horrors. Horrors that you've seen. It is impossible for words to describe what is meant to those who do not know what horror means. These men who fought with their hearts, who had families, who had children, who were filled with love. If I had 10 divisions of those men, our troubles would be over here quite quickly.
Gentle heavens! Cut short all intermission. Front to front, bring down this fiend of scarlet, and within my sword's length say,
Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready. What is this before us?
The blood of Burnham.
Let every man hew him down a bough and bear it before him, thereby shadowing the numbers of our host, and make discovery ere in report of us.
It shall be done. Torres felt as tense as if a thunderstorm was brewing inside it. Then all at once it exploded. We could not see them, of course, but the whole air was full of creaking. It was a dark, cloudy night. The moon did not appear through the clouds. Not long after midnight, there was a tall wood all round the north side. There were no sign of enemies, nor of any challenge.
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bare leg must fight the course. I wish to leave this world by its natural door, in my tomb of green leaves, there to carry me to die. I will not put me in the dark to die like a traitor. I am a good one, and like a good one, I will die with my face on the sun. Thou losest labor, as easy mayst thou the entrenchant air impressed with thy keen sword as make me plead. I bear a charmed life which must not yield to one of woman born.
Oh, despair thy charm! Let that angel, who now hath served, tell thee Macbeth was from his mother's womb untimely great.
Accursed be the tongue that tells me so. I'll not fight with thee.
Will it yield thee, coward? Live to be the gaze and show of the time. We'll see thee as our rarer monsters are, painted on a pole, underwrit. Here you may see the tyrant.
I will not kneel to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet and be dated by the rabble's curse. Lay on, Macbeth, and damned be him that first cries hold enough.
know full well the responsibilities that await me. And I'll strive unceasingly to fulfill the trust and faith of the people and the things that they have invested in me and what I believe in. And there are a few words from St. Francis of Assisi that I think are remarkably apt at the moment. Where there is discord, may we bring harmony. Where there is error, may we bring truth. Where there is doubt, may we bring faith. And where there is despair, may we bring hope.
There is but one stage more. The stage is turbulent and troublesome.
For God's sake, let us sit upon the ground and tell sad stories of the death of kings.
How some have been deposed, some slain in war.
Some haunted by the ghosts they have deposed.
Some poisoned by their wives, some sleeping killed.
All murdered, for within this hollow crown that rounds the mortal temples of a king,
Keeps death his court, and there the antic sits, scoffing his state and grinning at his calm.
Taking a breath, a little scene.
To be monarchized, to be feared and killed with looks.
filling him with a self and vain conceit.
As if this flesh that walls about our life were brass impregnable, and humid thus comes at the last, and with a little pin bores through his castle wall, and farewell, king.
Nay, who's there? Answer me. Stand and unfold yourself.
Long live the king!